Good morning, I'm Valerie and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making Auntie Anne's Pretzels, and our recipe comes from Ron Douglas's book, America's Restaurant Recipes. So everybody likes pretzels, and we're going to cheat just a little bit. Like I said before, I'm a lazy cook, so we took the ingredients that were listed in the recipe, but instead of making the dough and letting it rise and everything, I put it in my bread maker. Makes it a lot easier for you. Now, one thing I've noticed with my bread maker, and this might be true with yours as well, is even though it says don't lift the lid once you turn it on, when it first starts and everything is turning and it's mixing the ingredients, I go ahead and open it up and scrape off the sides a little bit to make sure all the flour gets into the dough. Otherwise, with my bread maker, a little bit sticks around the outside and it doesn't mix properly. But once you get it off the sides and get your dough forming, leave it alone. Don't open it. It has to keep proper temperatures. It's very critical for rising bread that the yeast have its proper temperatures and the sugar and everything. And yeast are quite flatulent, and that's why the bread starts to rise, is because it releases a lot of gas as the yeast grow. So I went ahead and made all the dough in my bread maker. So come on over and let me show you what we got. This is the dough that came out of the bread maker, and what you're going to do is you need a serrated knife because it needs to be really sharp to cut this really soft dough. And you're just going to cut a nice long piece all the way down. Dough is very sticky, so you usually have to put a little bit of flour on your surface and a little bit of flour on your hands. Then we're just going to make a long string. This is a mixture of baking soda and water, so we're going to dip it in there. And it says to make a pretzel shape, but you know, I think that you should make whatever shape you like. So we'll make some different things here. There's a nice spiral pretzel there. And you just lay them out on your pan. Be sure and grease your pan. You might even want to line it with foil if that makes it a little bit easier. And then you bake it. So here's what we got when we made ours. And we made a knot and a spiral and a heart, of course. So after it comes out of the oven, you take your brush and you put butter all over it, because, you know, what's a pretzel without butter? So butter all of your pretzels. And we follow the recipe just the way it says so that we can try to get the same effect. And then you put stuff on it. Now, it recommends salt because that's probably what Auntie Anne sells the most, is the salted pretzels. So we have some kosher salt here, and you would just take this and sprinkle a little bit on. And there's your pretzel. Now I recommend doing a little variety, so here's some cheese. You can sprinkle a little bit of cheese on your pretzel and let that melt in a little bit. And then, of course, for our heart pretzel, you want something sweet, so we're going to do a little sugar and cinnamon. But this is really whatever your taste is. You make your pretzels however you like them. It's a great snack. It's actually not too bad for you. There's not much sugar in there. It is high in carbohydrates, of course, and depending on what you put on it, really, there's not much bad about pretzels because they're baked, they're not fried. So let's try one. Very good. Very good. This is the first time I've made pretzels. They turned out great. You can do it. Buy the book.